I moseyed on down this way. This is my regular fishing spot. I was here last Sunday, and I've been walking around here, and I happened to see one footprint. But except for that one footprint, there is absolutely no sign of life here. So I've got a feeling that fishing season is over. It was 35 degrees last night. I'm sure the fish are still here. They should be going on their gorging cycle now to build up all their fat reserves for the wintertime. But I haven't fished at all. I went by some fishermen at the park, and they weren't putting anything in the basket, so I don't think that people are catching fish today. This is a night fishing spot, and instead of using the cut pole holders stuck in the bank, a lot of people will grab those pole holders and make a fire. Then they'll go down the bank and cut themselves a new sapling and make themselves a new pole holder for some reason. But anyway, all the loose branches end up piled right here on this. At least they all build their fires in the same spot. So everything ends up getting piled and collected right here. So I went across this pile, and I found some bark, found some twigs, went up the bank. This is all firewood that I collected here within 5 minutes. The county cut trees that had been in the road and just left them in the ditches and alongside here, so it wasn't hard to find firewood. So went and brought some of that down here, piled it there in case somebody decides that they want a bigger fire. They can process their own stuff. Pulled some bark, then I went around, picked up trash. So there's a whole bunch of paper, plastic, and rubber right there. And what somebody else left as trash is going to be my accelerant. So I'm gonna throw a match on that, get it started. Then I'm gonna light myself a small fire. It's a tiny fire because I don't need a whole bunch. And then I'm gonna flip a coin on whether or not I'm gonna open a can of dollar store it's no-name spam, sort of. It's like luncheon meat that nobody wants to put their name on. Distributed out of Cincinnati, Ohio. I've tried some of this straight out of the can, and I vowed that I would never eat it that way again. It's not bad if you throw it on a frying pan and fry it. This is some more dollar store stuff. This is distributed out of Georgia. Mechanically separated chicken. Food starch, salt, sugar, sodium phosphate, spices, sodium nitrate. You know, the list really isn't that bad. It's just that they started with chicken that wasn't in whole pieces. So, actually, since I've tried this stuff before, I think I'll try some bologna. That's also a dollar store find. I haven't tried it yet. This is a dollar store find. Package said this was distributed out of Target brand stores. This was a dry mix for a chocolate chip cookie that fits this entire container. Shipped with this. Ouch! Ow! And but I bought it for $1. Tiny little cast iron pan. And I threw the cookie mix away. I'm not an entire certified heathen. Not completely, anyway. So, I'm gonna wow, I think I just heard Sasquatch. So I'm going to use this tiny little cast iron pan on the fire and cook me up some dollar store chicken bologna. And it's just going to be a small fire, so what's here is going to be good enough. And I think the loose wood that's on this pile is going to be enough for my fire, and then it'll be done. So I just need a little bed of coals, and then we can get whatever we need done. So there it goes. Yeah, one match later, and it's burning pretty good. I'm gonna put a little bit of this kindling on there to get some wood burning instead of just plain plastic and rubber. And before I put any food on that fire, it's all of the petrochemicals are gonna be burned off. But I'm not a scientific fire builder. I throw twigs and stuff on in a pile, and fire is reaching up through, and I know enough about plastics and rubber to know that once they're on fire, they don't quit burning. So I'm pretty confident that I got me a wood fire burning. Okay, see, I got my little pan on the embers, and it's making the right noises without giving off that burned up smell. So I think I'm pretty set there. I used my benchmark little knife to slice up. There's about half a can of bologna in there. I'll be honest with you, I have never fried bologna before, so this is a culture training kind of day here. But found a stick that I had carved up to catfish bait on my hook, and then I never used it, so that worked out pretty good. I got a pre-made utensil, and then I've got another stirring stick here to use as a turner. So I'm pretty set. I just got to brown this stuff up. I didn't bring any oil, but I'm thinking that stuff's gonna make its own oil once it starts to cook. Maybe. Well, it's starting to bubble, so that's a good sign. Okay, yeah, don't need a real hot fire. Just need enough to fry up a can of Bologna, and then I'll be done. So we'll catch you later. Got the first half out of the pan. Had one piece fall down in the ashes. We'll decide later whether or not that's going to be ate or not. But okay, we got a flame that's right underneath the handle of my pan. I gotta move that. Move that a little bit, anyway. Pan itself can get hot. Handle you need to watch out for a little bit. A little bit, anyway. This is going a little bit better because the flames have settled down a little bit. This first batch was got a little hot, I guess, as you say it. The frying pan was a little hot. Still doesn't taste bad. I've ate a little bit of it. Even the darker parts give it a really good flavor. In fact, frying it up gives it a little bit better texture. The coming right out of the can, it's pretty soft. Not usually like my meat ground just a little bit coarser than that, but it's alright. It's got a good flavor to it. It'll fill a hole. It's definitely protein. The ingredient lists say that it's mostly fairly normal preserved meat ingredients, so it's definitely not, it might not be absolutely healthy, but it's not actually unhealthy, so that's a good sign. This side over here is hotter than the others. A little bit of sticking. But you need that browning to give it some texture and give it a little bit better flavor profile. But it's not terrible the way it is. But I like that little frying pan. And the price is right, and it's not collectible, so I don't feel bad about putting it on a fire. It's not gonna get overheated to the point of damage, but just like that. That's how the other one got ashed up too. Put it over here with this other one. Might end up seeing what it does on the end of a hook. I always said that I was going to use this stuff for catfish bait. This would be a good time to test it out. Okay, we'll catch you later. Got the last part in the pan. The rest of this doesn't taste too bad. Maybe it's the wood smoke that's giving it a flavor boost too. Possibly. Good thing about cooking outdoors is you can flick the little pieces out into the fire. Burn the label off that. Yeah, it's not too bad. Those two that made an escape, I threw them closer to the river. I'll make sure that they. Well, I might feed the raccoons later tonight. It's about sunset. It's pretty quiet, real quiet. It's only been 2 or 3 cars go by. The four-wheelers I don't know, that's a new thing down here. There wasn't bunches of four-wheelers that went flying down the gravel road before, but there are now. I had a couple of worries when those two come flying in while I was still a quarter of a mile away from the truck, but they didn't bother anything. I think there was some kind of river rally of some kind, something like that, going on today, because there was like four or five groups that come flying in. One of them needed to make an emergency run into the woods. If I was closer, I would have let her use one of the rolls of toilet paper that I have in the truck, but she didn't make any announcements, and I wasn't about to go into the tree line to offer to her. That would have been unfriendly, but it's brighter than what it looks like here on the viewfinder. Quiet. It's quiet down here. Okay, I'm gonna pull the pan and the food off the fire. I'll put the fire out. Got a shovel. I'll spread the ashes. I'll bury the embers under these wet ashes, and then we'll call it a day. And we'll catch you later when I get back to the house and get these uploaded. See ya.